Hey everyone, welcome back. Part 2 of our publishing webinar series. Today we're going to look at publishing to PowerPoint and to Word as well. If you're writing charts to Word, there's a couple of tools in there that we make really easy as well. Of course, this is all part of the publishing module. It's included in our professional services, but if you don't have professional services and you want access to this, you can go to the store and add that into your copy of Optuma as well. So let's have a look at this. Now, first of all, let me just jump into PowerPoint. So I've brought up a template here, and we'll include this template on the website at ProWeb so that you can get a hold of this as well and hopefully edit it to suit your needs. There's a couple of unique things about PowerPoint, and I wish that they were different, but we've got to work within the constraints of what we can access through the API interface that they give us. Now, when you open up a template like this, or even if you're starting one from scratch, you've got to go to the View menu and you've got to go to the Slide Master. Now, there's going to be a lot of slides there. We don't want any of them, but what's really important is that we have 2 slides. And the first one has got to be called the title slide. So you can right click on it and go rename, and we can see that that's already named title slide, so we'll leave that. And then the second one, which is going to be for our charts, we want to rename that, and it's got to be called chart slide. We're hoping to add a content slide or an index slide as well, so keep an eye out for that in the next couple of updates. So once we have this, we can do our styling. So for instance, you can see here that I can set up a logo, added a really awesome logo there. And we can put those in, we can, I've just positioned these bars as just a nice little bit of framing my report, but however you want to set up your reports or whatever your company's standard may be for setting those up. Then we've got the title page. Really all we've got here is going to be titles that I may put in. So this could be my report for February 2017. And then a description, and I'll show you where we can access those in a moment from within Optuma. And then we have our chart slide. Now with all of these items that we want Optuma to be able to access and replace are called placeholders. So when we are setting these up, we need to use this section here, which is Insert Placeholder. And you can insert, all of them are going to be text, and then the chart is inserting a chart here. And Optuma knows to go and find the chart and replace that with the image. So you can see how I've set this one up here. I've got my logo, I've got my title, which is the name of the security that I'm going to be putting up here. I've got my code there. I even got my rating. So if I'm using the journaling system within Optuma, the rating, buy, hold, sell, the rating date, so that we're tracking the date that I made that rating, not today's date. The journal notes, and then the annotation notes as well. So I've got all of those on there. So let's go and have a look at how that looks. So we'll come back to Optuma, and let's come into, I'm just going to hit F3, just go to my fund. So these are all Bloomberg codes, but all of this works with any data vendor as well. What I want to do is I'm just going to add into the watch list my recommendation, only because I just want to grab the first few securities. So there's only a few securities that I added recommendations to. So I'm just going to check those ones in here, and we'll do another one without a recommendation. And then I'm going to chart all of those using the gaps layout. All right, so all of those are there. Because these are ones that I've looked before, I've got a sell rating there, made this morning, and an explanation on why I think this one is a sell. So we can close that back up. Also got an annotation here. So that they're accessed, if you've never used them, they're accessed from this little button over on the left toolbar, so add annotation. So I can come along at any point and say, right, let's just put a note here, note B, I'm not really sure what happened there, price met resistance, and, hang on, can't spell, gap down. All right, so we'll add that there as well. And the beauty with annotations is that they keep your chart nice and clean. They're there, I can come and hover over that and it tells me what my note is. But then when I move away, you know, they're nice and clean on the charts. So we've got all of that. Let's go to the Publish menu. So we'll go File, Publish Workbook. I'm going to choose PowerPoint. I'm choosing the template that we set up. So whatever location you store that in, that's what you put in. Optuma remembers that. I can come along here and set a title. So my quick report, Feb 2017, a description, market is looking great, and we think it will continue. There we go, that'll do. Now I choose the pages. Now I need to take out my watch list. I don't want my watch list in the report. I just want the charts that follow. So I've got 5 charts there. And then what I can do is, let me just double check a couple of things in the settings. Yeah, they all look good. And let's go Publish. So now Optuma is talking to PowerPoint, getting those slides, finding all those placeholders and replacing them with the text and the charts from there. So you can see the title page that we set up, and now we can come along to the next page here. So what we can see is we've got our chart, we've got our journal, the rating that I've given it and the date that I set that rating. You can see the code there and the title, and also our annotations. So A and B are on the chart. Note A, Note B are both listed there as well. Just a fantastic way, giving you complete control over how you set up these reports and how you set them. But what if there's some more information that you want to add to this? So what we can do, let's just say we want to add market cap. So let's just, I'm not going to save that. So I'm coming here to my chart. I'm still in my edit mode. So what I can do is say, right, let's go to the insert menu. No, hang on, where is it? Slide master, here it is, insert placeholder. So we're going to insert some text and I'm just going to put that there. Now by default, whenever you insert a placeholder, PowerPoint loves to add all of this lovely text. So we're just going to click into here, go Control A and delete it all, and call this, let's just call it market cap, and then I'm going to do a Control A so that I can do just a little bit of formatting. I only want this to be size 10. Let's get rid of the bullets, don't want that, and that will be fine. Now, because this placeholder is where market cap's going to go, I might just make it a little bit bigger because market cap can be a big number. What I need to do now is I need to label that placeholder so that Optuma can pick it up. Now, the way we do this, it is an awful way of getting this, and I know this is convoluted, but once you've done it once, it's easy from this point on. In the Arrange menu, you'll see down the bottom, there is a selection pane. We select that, and you can see that all of these items that I have got names. Now, whenever Optuma opens up this sheet, it looks at the placeholder. The thing that it looks at is these names in the panel, not what I write in here. I wish it could be what it wrote in there, but when PowerPoint creates instances of these charts, it renames them all, which is very frustrating for us. So we have to come back here and use these selections. So you can see the buy, hold, sell date, you can see the buy, hold, sell rating there, the author, the title, all of those fields are there. What I need to do here for market cap is I need to put in a code that tells Optuma which piece of fundamental data to put in there. So we better just switch back to Optuma and have a look at this. Now, in this case, I'm using Bloomberg fields. So I've got to use Bloomberg codes. So I've got to use the Bloomberg field for market cap. So what I can do is come here to my fund. I like to do this just in a watch list first, so I know that I've got the right values that I want to display. And let's go market cap. All right, so I know external data field. I've already added this from Bloomberg. if you're using Bloomberg, every single piece of fundamental data is available to come into Optuma, but you do have to add them in, and you just add them in through the external data fields manager. Market caps there. What I need is this mnemonic at the end. So if I was using our data with our fundamental data, I would just use market cap as it's written here. But in this case, I need to use current_market_cap. So we just got to remember that. And let's just add the column. Yep, got the numbers that we want there. So now back to PowerPoint. Let's go back to PowerPoint here. And I need to give this a code. Now there's a little code that we put in Placeholders to tell Optuma that it needs to go and find the external data. So I'm going to do #MA, no idea what MA stands for, and do current_market_cap, exactly as we had it in our EDFs. And that's it. Now I better put a text holder there as well so that we know what that is. So let's just come along here, market cap, it's going to be, let's just size that to be size 10 as well, and it can be left justified, and we'll set that there. I'm not going to worry about it. I spend a bit more time formatting that, but I just want to show that. So let's save that template and minimize this and back to Optuma, and let's go publish our workbook now. All of that same, take out the first page, don't want that one, and let's publish. And so again, going and grabbing all of those for us, and let's see what we come up with here. So you can see here, we may need to zoom in if I can find my zoom setting. Wrong way. So you can see that at the top of these pages, the market cap has been added, pulling that data out. So basically you can grab any piece of data. You can grab the names, you can grab, days to cover, short interest, whatever you want to have, whatever's important for your reports, you can add that onto your report. So there's an enormous amount of flexibility. As I said, we'll add that one there, that template that I've just used here as a sample so that you can use that. But that #MA, whatever those field names are, you can use them as well. So just as I said, a great way of being able to report and use PowerPoint in that way. Now, another thing, let's just close that. We don't want to save that, and I want to minimize this. Let's just say that instead what I'm doing is I actually use Word. And I write a newsletter and I insert charts and things like that. Oh, happened to open off screen. I'm just going to open up a blank document for now. So I can publish to Word exactly as I did to PowerPoint, and just going to put the charts in with the annotations behind, those sorts of things. But I think what's probably a more important use case is, I may just have a weekly report, if I can spell it right, that I have, and I'm writing on the state of the market, etc. So we've got here, I may have just written some text here about where I think the market's at, and now I want to insert a chart. So let's come along here, and I'm just going to open up the Dow Jones. So we've got a chart there. Maybe we're going to put on something like a VBSR, so the volatility-based support and resistance. I'm looking at that and I'm saying, wow, the market's pushing right up into resistance. Yes, it has a tendency to break through, but we'd be at a hold now. We wouldn't be looking for new longs at this point. And so this may be the chart that I'm interested in. So what I can do is I can say, right, let's go to send to in the menu here. I want to send it to Word. And what basically Optuma's doing is it sees what documents are open. And so I can go to a new document, or I can insert it right where I'm at. And so we can go insert into document page 1. And then let's go back to Word over here, and there's my chart being added into wherever I am. So the beauty is that, for instance, if my cursor was between these two lines of text, and let's go back to this one here and say send to Word there, and go back to the chart, you can see now that it's inserted that chart between the two lines of text there. So you can see that that really makes it easy if you're writing newsletters to basically go through the document, find the position that you want to add the chart, and then basically send the charts from Optuma straight in as well. So there is a feature as well where from the menu you can update existing charts. So for instance, this chart here, I could right click on it and say update from Optuma, and it'll go and recreate the chart and do it. Unfortunately, I've just discovered I don't have it installed here, and that's because I build Optuma from source code every day rather than installing it. So I didn't install the plugin. The wonders of live webinars. Thank you so much. So yeah, that's a couple of ways that you can publish with Word and with PowerPoint. You know, they're a great way, particularly if you've got to create these documents, you've got to send them to compliance. It's a really nice way of being able to do that. So last week we looked at PDFs. This week, obviously, looking at PowerPoint and Word. Next week, we're going to look at our web publishing and how the whole web publishing system works, and the brand new web publisher that is just starting to come available now. So obviously we're very excited about that, and I think it can add a lot of value to those of you that need to communicate your analysis to clients or portfolio managers, or whoever you're working with. So thanks for taking the time to watch this quick webinar on publishing, and of course any questions, please do let us know at support@optuma.com, and we'll see you next time on Publishing Part 3. Thank you.